What is going on, guys? In this stock analysis and due diligence video, we are going to be going over the ticker symbol CBBT, which stands for Cerebain Biotech. I'm going to be talking to you guys about why I believe this stock is seriously undervalued and why it can have great potential for growth in the next few weeks, months, and even long term. Now, before we do that, my name is The Cash Creator, and I'd like you to consider subscribing to this channel right now. So, what exactly does CBBT do? So Cerebain Biotech, they are dedicated to pursuing the development and commercialization of novel treatment approaches in the fight against dementia, especially Alzheimer's disease. So they're currently in the development and commercialization of this medical device with potential to arrest or significantly slow down Alzheimer's progression. It is currently patent pending, and this device, let me explain to you, is basically implanted in the omentum, which is a protective layer of skin that protects the abdominal organs. And this device is designed to stimulate this area, the omentum, in patients with Alzheimer's disease. And omental stimulation has been shown to improve cognitive function in patients with dementia, including Alzheimer's disease. This is currently preparing for clinical trials, and they will look to get FDA approval this year. So, I'm going to talk about this later on, but they've also secured a deal to acquire PKG Inc, which has 15 million in revenue, but I'm going to talk about that in the next slides. Before I do that though, let me go on the Cerebain Biotech website real quick and show you in the technology section. If you just click here, as you can see, they talk all about this patent pending device. They talk about the omentum and how stimulation of this area can improve the situation of people with Alzheimer's. It can slow it down and etc. Clinical trials, as you can see, they are currently being done. All right, guys, so you can do that in your own time, but here let me carry on with the due diligence. So as discussed in the previous slide, they announced in August, Cerebain, that they will buy PKG Inc. So PKG Inc. specializes in contract design, development, and manufacturing of system-level devices with expertise in human-machine interfaces. So they could be a potential manufacturer in future of the Alzheimer's device. Okay, but what they are doing right now currently is they already have 15 million revenue right now. And when you're considering the CBBT market cap is under 20 million right now, it's 19 point something million. That shows when they complete this merger, this acquisition, not a merger, by the end of this month or early next month, it is going to be seriously undervalued stock, CBBT. Okay, so in November, PKG Inc. They were announced as the manufacturer of the Clear Mask product, which you can see just here, which is the first transparent FDA cleared mask in the USA. Okay, guys, so if I show you some due diligence, I'm going to go and show you, here's the mask. It's FDA approved, the only transparent FDA mask approved, and there are various benefits of having a transparent mask, and I'm going to show you them over here. As you can see, it improves access to full communication because people can see the way your mouth is moving. It allows them to see your body language better, helps teachers to communicate better, support social, emotional, and language development. So there are various benefits of having a transparent mask which is FDA approved. Okay, guys, but anyway, this mask is currently being sold at a bulk price. So currently, if you buy 24 masks, it's at $67. So if you divide that 67 by 24, you get a price of $2.7. So that is the current price for one mask if you buy it in bulk. Okay, guys, and PKG is obviously the manufacturer of this mask. So let's say the Clear Mask sells this for $2.7, but obviously they have to pay PKG for manufacturing it. So let's say per mask, PKG gets approximately $1. That's their cut. I don't know, it could be 0.75, it could be $1, 1.25, we don't know. I'm just making an assumption, so bear that in mind. Okay, and PKG announced that they'll be producing 40 million masks by the end of 2020. So let's say they already have 40 million extra revenue by the end of the year, okay, by the end of 2020, because they are producing this mask. And obviously this will be announced in the Q4 financials, which will be in February, March time of 2021. Okay, guys, so considering that extra revenue that's coming, they already have a revenue of 15 million, but this extra revenue that's just been announced in November, because they are the manufacturer of the clear mask, that is huge considering the market cap of CBBT, which has just acquired this, is only 20 million. That shows how undervalued this stock is right now at a share price of 0.139. Okay, guys. So again, that's the revenue right now. Again, this is a very legitimate product, the clear mask. They are generating 40 million revenue in 2020, as you can see in this article. Let me try and find the article for you guys real quick. If I can't, you'll just have to Google it here. Clear mask is on track to generate 40 million sales in 2020. Okay, guys. And also they have various different agreements with the UK NHS to supply clear masks. They have agreements with Apple. So obviously these are all reputable organizations. So that shows how great of a product clear mask is. And obviously in 2021, this year, I'd say the sales are going to go up more, and there will be more production therefore for PKG, and therefore more revenues for PKG and ultimately CBBT, who will acquire PKG at the end of this month. Okay, so let me show you the CBBT Facebook page. As you can see, a new personal update to shareholders from the CBBT CEO. He is basically taking his time to update us on this acquisition. It hasn't happened yet. He says that on the 11th of January, he said with great confidence he will see the transaction successfully closed by the end of this month, January 2021. It is currently the 30th of January, so that means he has to complete it by tomorrow. But he may or he may not. If not, I'd say it will happen in the next week of early February. So if he was that confident that it would be done by early January, then I trust him. If not today, if not tomorrow, that it will be announced on Monday or in that week coming. Okay. He has suggested he personally met with the principals and board of directors of PKG last week, and they are going ahead with the acquisition. But obviously there are various legal things that have to be done, which is why things like this do take time, so patience is needed. Okay, guys. So that's the status of the merger. Now let's carry on with the due diligence of PKG. Like I said, there will be likely to be increased mask production in 2021. Joe Biden, he's obviously very strict on mask wearing, and he signed executive orders on the first day of office regarding mandated mask wearing on public transport and on federal property. So obviously he's very strict on this, and this will increase the demand for masks, and obviously people who are interested in clear mask, that will ultimately be a lot of sales for them. So this could be more mask production would be approximately, let's say clear mask wanted 100 million masks this year in 2021, which is definitely reasonable. Then that would be approximately 100 million revenue if PKG's cut was $1. Okay, so that would be huge revenues for an over-the-counter product, an over-the-counter stock, because obviously PKG will be under the wing of CBBT. So imagine that, huge revenues. Okay, considering the market cap right now is only under 20 million. Okay, this stock could have a 5 times, let's say, market cap, and then 5 times the share price, obviously. Okay, again, another thing is that these masks that I showed you, these are the non-medical masks, but there are also FDA cleared medical masks for use in medical theaters, etc., by surgeons or just people, nurses, whatever. So those are a little more expensive. So even when the pandemic ends, this isn't just a pandemic thing. The masks, the FDA approved medical masks, they're here to stay even after the pandemic. Obviously, this is the first clear, transparent mask, so I could definitely see more and more people in surgeries. As you saw the contract with the NHS, more and more organizations, medicals, hospitals, doctors, practices looking for these kind of masks. So it's likely to remain sales for this product, and obviously sales for PKG once they manufacture it even after the pandemic ends. So it isn't just a COVID stock. This is something that's here to stay. Again, PKG also has contracts with various Fortune 500 companies, so they are legit and they are coming under the wing of CBBT. Now, here's a bit of due diligence on CBBT. So Cerebain Biotech, the CEO is called Eric Clemens, and I like CEOs that obviously keep their shareholders updated, and obviously they have a presence on Twitter and they have a presence on Facebook, as you can see, where he's updated about the acquisition, which should happen by the end of this month, hopefully, and if not, probably next week. Okay, so he, prior to assuming leadership of Cerebain, he served as president and CEO, chief operating officer for GTC Telecom Corp. That he was instrumental in their growth, and he helped their revenues go from 500,000 a year to over 17 million. So he has a great record for small organizations, and I seriously think that he's going to lead CBBT to extreme success. Now, a bit more due diligence on the Alzheimer's device. As you can see over here, their net sales, that obviously it's just a financial projection. They are not always accurate, but this is obviously, I'm just showing you the magnitude and potential of this great product. Even if we saw something half of this, half of their financial projection total for up till 2025, the revenue is over 7 billion. So even if we saw 3.5 billion or 2 billion, you know, up until 2025, that would be huge. And I could obviously see a pretty big market cap for this product, and obviously want, you know, a great increase in share price. So right now I do think it's seriously undervalued, because as soon as, if this Alzheimer's device is FDA approved, because they are currently looking to get FDA approval, as you can see, this was from last year, this financial projection, and they assumed they would get FDA approval by 2020, but they didn't. So, you know, it's probably going to come this year because they're doing clinical trials right now. So again, gross profit is 67%, which is a great amount. It's a good percentage of the revenue. So again, I do think this is great, a great projection, and it just shows the capacity of CBBT in the future. So we already talked about the great potential of the acquisition of PKG, but now we're talking about the huge potential of this Alzheimer's device once it simply gets FDA approved, and that's an if. Obviously it may not, but it likely will be. Then again, the potential is absolutely enormous, and the potential revenue would be massive, and the share price would simply rocket up. Now then, the stock analysis section. So as you saw, the current share price is at $0.139. Okay, the market cap is at 19 million, and considering they are acquiring PKG Inc with a revenue of 15 million, this market cap does seem, you know, quite low. So I could see potential once this acquisition is completed, the market cap would increase, in my opinion. Okay guys, so even if the market cap was 50 million, that would mean the share price would be, you know, 0.139 times 2.5, which would be 0.3475 approximately. Okay, and a market cap of 50 million is not unreasonable for a company who has just acquired another organization with contracts with Fortune 500 companies and revenues of 15 million that will increase to potentially 40 million, 50 million once obviously they will get more production of these masks in 2021. Okay, so that is the near-term share price prediction once they've acquired PKG Inc. But obviously once they actually get FDA approval for this Alzheimer's device, the market cap would be huge and the share price would be absolutely huge, in my opinion. Okay, so again, let's look at the stock chart. As you can see over here, this around November, December time, that's when it was announced, if I go up, that they would be completing the acquisition of PKG. So it was announced in August, but then in November, PKG was announced as the manufacturer of the clear mask product. So in November and December, that's when the share price really started to move, and again, it was at a peak of 0.199 on January the 26th, so sometime last week. But again, due to last week with the stuff that's happening with GameStop and AMC, the market is very volatile right now. So obviously the share price has gone down, as most of the penny market has seen some red. But once, you know, the shorts are squeezed in the GameStop and the AMC you know, the Wall Street trading stuff that's going on. Once the short squeezes has been completed, I could definitely see the market going back to normal. So I do think it's a very good time to buy right now in the dip. If I do look at the 5-day chart, for example, there was big dips. So the lowest price was 0.1235. If I look at the days range previously, it went to 0.12, so that was the lowest price. So you could get in at a bargain, in my opinion. Okay, so I'd look at a price of around 0.12, 0.11. If the GameStop stuff continues to go on and the market continues to be volatile, it would be a great opportunity to buy in a dip. So I'd definitely look out for a dip and buy on a dip, because the potential, as I said, is huge, and the market cap is only 20 million. They've acquired a company with revenues of over 15 million. Okay guys, and here is proof. Sorry, I forgot to supply that. PKG Inc, that's their revenue, 15 million. Okay guys, so that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate that. Leave a like, leave a comment, and make sure you subscribe to the Cash Creator. Let me know in the comments, you know, are you interested in CBBT? Have you invested in it? What's your price target, etc. Thank you for watching. Peace out.